Good thing. Shalom, shalom. Welcome to the show. I'm trying to get this thing. Oh, I know what I got to do. Okay. There we go. All right. We're in the house now for sure. So, shalom, mishpaka. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the show. How's everybody today? More sunlight. So, just want to tap in, check in with everyone, and give a few updates. I got some information, and I've done a synopsis. And we're going to break that down. So let's go ahead and get started. We're live, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Brian Anthony, with Beyond Babbitt, reporting for duty. Your host, Brian Anthony, Binyai, with Beyond Babbitt, reporting for duty. Shalom, everyone. Shalom. Appreciate the like. Appreciate the thumbs up. So, I basically want to tell y'all that what's in my spirit. Let's go ahead and get on code. Let's get on code. Because a lot of things are going to be judged by the total package now. So, what I'm saying is this. There's a possibility that the American spring could be happening this spring. Morning, Bonnie 55317. Shalom. Welcome to the show. Yeah, that's right. So the American spring could be this spring right here. And then the American blackout could be this summer. The American blackout could be this summer. I mean, lights out. And that's when all the chaos would begin. So let's get on code. I mean, it's time for us we have to meet each other, greet each other face to face. We have to get to know each other, because if the blackout happens, there's not going to be any internet. There's not going to be any, maybe not even any cell phones may be down, period. May not be any computer interface, any communications like that. So everything will have to be face to face. Old-fashioned couriers and messages and things like that. But we need to get on code, because some of the strangers you meet, if we're on code, it's going to be harder for them to play the part. I mean, because outside appearance and all, according to the dress code, that's in Torah, that's in Scripture. Pigeons, yeah. So it's like this, guys, because one of the things I was thinking about, how will we know each other, the true believers? Because there was a point in time when the so-called the church world, the Christians, the ones that believed looked just like the ones that didn't believe, and then they were all So by look, you couldn't tell them apart. And by their so-called beliefs, they were almost identical. These things are being separated. So actions and deeds are going to line up also with the look. That's what I mean, get on code. So men of Israel should be wearing a beard. I'm not saying it's a salvation issue. It doesn't say whether it is or it isn't. But if that's what he wants you to do, that's what he wants you to do. Also the fringes. Fringes for men and fringes for women. It doesn't just specify for men only. And that's just getting on code with the look. For instance, I see young ladies all the time, regardless of how they may look, how pretty or whatever, regardless of what they say, if they're a believer in the truth or not, they look just like the world. So me being a man of understanding now and experience, I know that in order to get her from where she is right now to where I'm going to be comfortable with dating her or marrying her or whatever, that's a long way. Because she still looks like the world, identical. Beliefs are just like the world. She just, believes she's in the truth and with the Lord. But everything else is, you look just like the world. Do everything the same. Same taste, same interest, same everything. Yeah, so somebody's deceived. Or somebody's trying to be deceitful. So if you see a woman of Israel, of Zion, a daughter of Zion, just walking, and her head is wrapped, you'd be like, whoa, it does something to you, because that's no more time to play it, Griffin. I know that's right. I know that's right. So, like I see a daughter of Zion walking and her head is wrapped, that's a sign of submission. That's a sign of submission. So basically, if you start a conversation with it, you might want to make sure you want to know the real reason why it's wrapped. Not because, I didn't get my hair fixed yet. If that's the case, then I thought it was something else. I thought you was one of the sisters. But that's a sign of submission, So then she's already closer to where you are already mentally. You don't have to, because you're just picking one out of the world. You can grieve yourself, you can grieve your family for years and years, if not for, generations. So you want to get on code with everything, with the look, with the words, with the deeds, with the actions. You want to be around those that believe. Yes. We want to be around like-minded people. If you're around groups of people that they don't believe nothing you believe, and you don't believe nothing you don't believe nothing that they believe, why are you around them? If you you have to separate. You have to separate. So there's a sifting going on even right now, even as we speak. Who was that? Kevin Scott. Shalom, Kevin Scott. All right, good thing. Shalom, shalom. So with that said, there is information, guys, that even if you just put the pieces together with what's known, the Wuhan, the corona could be fake. Of course, you have a few sicknesses they give to people and put that on news, take the photo ops, get the pictures and the videos, and then the rest, it could be all crisis actors. But they act like it's so bad, and they start shutting stuff down this is how they take you on into the New World Order safely and securely, without any pushback, without any fighting, because nobody wants to get sick. So panic buying and all that stuff's already started. Them alluding to now cash is dirty. We may have to do it, but the cash has already started. Them having the right to go house to house now, ATF for, searching for alcohol, firearms, tobacco, and searching for people, medical, martial law, quarantine. That's already in place now. The elites bugging out. It's already happening now. Shortages and systems going down, hacking, war, all this stuff is happening now. There are some sicknesses out there, but it's a lot of secrecy going on. A lot of this stuff is misinformation and disinformation, which is to the bottom line is, at the end of the day, that when this thing comes back up, they want to take it down like a controlled demolition. And when they bring it back up, it's order out of chaos. Then that's when they'll give you the mark in your right hand and your forehead for all of those who are still in that kingdom. So we have to continue to work on coming out, whether this thing falls apart or not. We every day we have to be doing something towards building our kingdom, building our Father's kingdom, building His kingdom, and coming out of this kingdom, this worldly, earthly kingdom, because we're taking it over. And that's the goal. Continue to come out. Continue. Just proceed with the plan. Don't let this thing, they're saying we're having deaths in different states now around the country from the coronavirus now. We have deaths in more than one state. But don't let that throw you off. We don't know what's real or what's fake. We don't know if it's spreading like wildfires, and in 30 days we'll see it, bodies lined up, or if this thing is fake and they're just doing it to set up a prison planet, to where they can monitor you and come in your home and chip you and all type of things. But the stage is set. Is what is the point I want to make. And there is the financial collapse. All that's about to happen. The real estate collapse. When people lose it because the banks are going to fail. Pensions and 401ks, all that stuff's going to fail. Basically all type of investments are going to fail. So if you have given your money to someone else to hold it or invest it, make sure it's an amount that you don't mind losing, because you may not be able to get it back. If you haven't already gotten it, you may want to start trying like right now. Other than that, don't feel any kind of way if all of a sudden they stop answering the phones because of the CV, no one shows up. And then when they do show up again, maybe in a month, 6 or 3 years, then nobody knows where the records are, or it was looted, or it was hacked, and sorry, all your money's gone. That's the reality of it as of today. Let's get on code. Let's get on code. As much as we can, we have to come out of this system. I've been screaming coming out of their churches for the longest. You notice it's their churches. Their churches, they have the clergy response team. Their pastors work for FEMA. Their pastors are going to encourage people to vote and encourage people to go to the FEMA camps and go get checked out and get the vaccine when it comes out and take the mark when it comes out. Yes, that's what their pastors are going to do. So come out. We have to have our own communities, our own businesses, grow and maintain our own food, our own entertainment, our own everything. Okay? Come out in every way imaginable. Every way imaginable. And we have to stop using their currency as well. Their goal is to get us off of the paper currency and get you on the digital currency, something that's just digits on the screen. Some people are like that anyway. They can't wait to get on the computer or the phone and pull up their bank account and see all this just numbers on there. Ain't nothing in that account. Just them numbers on the screen. That's all that's in that account. And however much you need, then okay, give us this amount of time, we'll get it for you. Yeah, because it's not there. It's just numbers on the screen. And Bitcoin is worse. It's not even in an account. It's just in cyberspace somewhere, just some numbers on the screen. So if you don't hold it, if you don't touch it, You can't touch it, you don't own it. So the days of letting somebody else hold this for you and hold that for you, no, that's old. That's over and done with. We're going back to the ancient paths, the ancient ways, and we will be using kasef. We will be using kasef. That's a Hebrew word meaning money, and it also means silver. So if it has, it's one word means the same thing, who separated it into two different things? Now you have silver and you have money. They're not the same thing anymore because we're in a different kingdom now. In our kingdom, silver and money is the same thing. But see, they can trick you and give you some paper and be like, see, that's money. It's paper, it's cotton, whatever it is, it's not worth anything. And then they keep the silver and the gold in the vault and say, no, you don't need that. Don't worry about that. We'll take care of that. You use this paper right here. Chase that paper. You know, you got people making songs and paper. Okay. It froze up, man. I got a call and okay, so we're back. So yeah, so in the old days, the bag would have been filled with silver and gold and precious stones. Okay. Now the bag is filled with paper with dead people faces on it and curses and geometric symbols and this sacred geometry and all type of secret stuff on it. Nah, that's not what it would have been. So we're going back to the old ways, guys. We're going back to the old ways. Hone your skills. Hone your skills. A man's gift maketh room for him and brings him in the presence of a great man. So we need to learn how to do everything, from fixing flat tires to making your own clothes, making your own food, growing and raising your own food, making your own everything, repairing everything, building everything. And you have to be able to be on code so you can be vouched for, because this is where a good name is better than, what was that? What does it say? A good name is better than silver and gold. Yeah, that good name you be vouched for. This is not a credit system to where the social media credit score or the FICO credit score. No, this is a different type of credit score. This, you have people vouching for you, their word, because of your standard, because of your character. And that's how it's going to be worldwide. And you're on code, people will notice you just when they see you without having to see you. And then, you know, they may still ask you some questions just to make sure that you're in the faith in the way. All right, Michael Bennett. Shalom, brother. So we have to be on code. So when someone sees you, they'll automatically know, hey, it's one of the Akims. It's one of the brethren. It's one of the Mishpaka, one of the family. And then, you know, they may see if your heart is right, your spirit is right, if your knowledge is right. But just by looking, they'll be able to know that you're on code, male or female. And ain't no more blended in. You know what I'm saying? Just playing both sides. Get out of that, because we're going to need each other. And we're going to need to be in touch like ASAP. Be in touch with each other, because this spring may be the American spring, and this summer may be the American summer, the American blackout. Because I know most of the dreams is when it went dark, when the armed gangs were running the street. It was always hot. It was always hot outside, like summertime. And so that may be this summer. Just maybe, we'll see. Just make sure you're on code. There should be some announcements being made here soon about the liquidity problem, about the business world. And as these announcements get made, things are going to start to get a little more chaotic. And they may use the sickness to, you know, whether it's real or fake, to keep your mind off of it, to keep your mind focused on something else while the rats are running away, going to the underground bunkers, and also starting the wars. But we have to build this kingdom. We have to continuously be about our Father's business, and we can't stop now. So we're gonna continue to build. But let's get on code, guys. Let's get on code. So weather is nice. Start planting. If you haven't started, start your gardens. And it may be so, y'all may bless us to where now we can grow things year round. We just have to, right here, right now, we have to be self-sufficient, including our own medicine, doing our own healings and things like this, because we don't want to rely on that system. We don't want to have any attachments to that system, because any attachment to that system is going to lead to them trying to lock you in to the mark of the beast system. And some of you have already made a declaration that you're only so far you're going to go. Ronald Richardson, shalom, shalom. Let's be doers. All right, Ed Griffin. All right. So yeah, let's do that. And so I got some jewels, of information too. In Scripture, we're gonna bring it out. All right, Michael Bennett. That's a blessing, brother. That's a blessing. Yeah. So that's the goal, guys. As people start running and selling everything they got, and because that's going to start happening too. Because a lot of people don't know what to do, and so I'm leaving this country, I'm leaving that country. So there's going to be a lot of movement. Pretty soon they're going to start shutting down flights, period, due to the quote-unquote corona. They're trying to do a controlled demolition and bring it back up in the image of the beast. This beast system, guys, it's coming. Believe it. So just remember the ancient paths. So your look has to be on point, and at the same time, we were people. We had our own lands, our own animals, our own crops, our own families, our own law, our own king. So that's what we're doing. We're going back to that. Our own way of life, not forced to accept the wickedness of others, That's why we had to separate from them. Buffering me? All right. I mean, this must be good information. Well, with that said, guys, I just had to tap in with that information. And I got some good stuff coming. I don't know if I'm going to bring it out today or maybe tomorrow. And some good stuff. That's all I can say. Some good stuff. I thank Father that the books have been a big advantage on figuring out what they've changed and what they've tried to hide and the times that we're in. So with that said, guys, I'm going to go and get to this next order. Yeah, I can't do it right now. But we'll bring it out. So this is your host, Brian Anthony Benya with Beyond Babbitt, over and out. Brian Anthony Benya with Beyond Babbitt, over and out. Love y'all. Peace and blessings. Shalom, shalom. Catch you soon, Lord willing.